actually has 3 of them, each with particular types of cells. The dermis is the only layer you can actually see, assuming that your skin is intact, provides squamous epithelial tissue. But the dermis just below it is where most of the work that skin does gets done. And at the bottom, there's the subcutis, or hypodermis, composed mostly of adipose or keratinocytes, which are the building blocks of that tough, fibrous protein keratin every 4 to 6 weeks. Melanocyte, the spider-shaped cell that synthesizes melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color, the amount of melanin that they contain. But dendritic or Langerhans cells, which are kind of star-shaped, and like white blood cells and platelets, they actually originate in your bone marrow. Just stepped on a big ol' nail, and it's penetrated all of the layers of your epidermis. First, it pierced your stratum corneum, which means, pardon my Latin, horny layer. This is the outermost layer and also the roughest, made up of about 20 or 30 sheets of dead keratinocyte cells. This is the nail drives through your stratum lucidum, or clear layer. This holds 2 or 3 rows of clear, flat, dead keratinocytes that are only... Things start to get more serious in the granular layer, or stratum granulosum, because this contains living keratinocytes that are forming keratin-like. When that nail cuts through the 4th layer, the stratum spinosum, or spiny layer, it's getting closer to the point where cell regeneration or mitosis is active. And finally, that dang nail touches down on your deepest, thinnest epidermal level. The basal layer, or stratum basale. It's just a single layer of columnar cells, but it's like the dermis because it's not only got loads of those collagen and elastin fibers which help make your skin strong and elastic, it's also full of capillaries and blood vessels. And it houses the nerve fibers that register sensations like temperature, pressure, and pain and touch. Your tactile corpuscles, for instance, are what make you constantly aware of the tag that's scratched into the back of your neck, while your lamellar corpuscles register the sense of pressure, like when someone puts their hand on your shoulder. Your hair follicles have receptors too, which is why you can feel a slight breeze on your skin or through your hair. Now, on the less sexy front, your integumentary system also plays a role in the excretion of waste. We'll also have the opportunity to notice that it has 2 main regions. The shaft, where the keratinization is complete, and the root, the part inside the follicle where the keratinization is still happening. 2 types, eccrine and apocrine. Your eccrine sweat glands are more abundant. They're in your palms, forehead, and in the soles of your feet. They're just simple coiled tubes that start at the dermis, extend through a duct, and open into a pore on the surface of your skin. Your apocrine sweat glands are a slightly different story. You only have mammary glands, which secrete milk in lactating people, and ceruminous glands, the ones that make your cerumen, or earwax, are 2 other types of modified apocrine sweat glands. Finally, your sebaceous, or oil glands, are found everywhere but the thick skin in your palms and foot soles. Their ducts are smaller on your limbs, but they're pretty big on your face and neck and upper chest. Most of your sebaceous glands secrete their sebum, an oily substance, into hair follicles where it can travel to the surface of your skin. The upper papillary layer is composed of a thin sheet of areolar connective tissue that's riddled with little peg-like projections called dermal thicker reticular layer that makes up 80% of your dermis, made up of dense irregular connective